Hello and welcome back to our second week of Return to the Rivers LA River Trivia. I am Marissa Bates and I am the CFO, COO at Friends of the LA River, and today I am your resident trivia master. I am very excited about today's questions. Again, if you joined us last week, we did 4 rounds of 5 questions. We'll be doing something very similar this week. So make sure that you head over to the link that's attached to this description, and you will see an answer sheet that looks like, if you are able to see that answer sheet, that is where you'll be submitting the answers to the following questions. Make sure to include your email because that is how we will be following up about prizes. So speaking of prizes, let me send it over to our intrepid scorekeeper and game master, Zoe Witt. Hi, Zoe.
Hi, Marissa. Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Zoe, what are the folks out there playing for today?
All right. We got some awesome prizes on the line this time. First place winner will receive a premium ticket to our Noche del Rio virtual gala, which will be broadcast next Friday, October 23rd. This ticket includes a special gala kit, which will be delivered straight to your doorstep early next week. Second place winner will receive a light bluish-green baseball hat generously provided by Patagonia. And our third place winner and the contestant with the best name or team name will receive a general admission ticket to our gala next Friday. And the general admission ticket includes access to our virtual goodie bag.
That sounds terrific, Zoe. Thank you so much for sharing those gifts. We'll come back to you when we conclude round 1. All right, folks, before we get going, I want to say a special thank you to our partners, Clean Power Alliance, who are sponsoring today's trivia. Please go ahead and thank them for their generous support and show them some love. We are very grateful that we get to partner with them and that they are supporting the work that we're doing. So without further ado, let us go into round 1. I think I'm doing it. All right. Round one. Answer sheets at the ready, and away we go. What is a common nickname for the migratory yellow-rumped warbler? Is it A, highlighter butts, B, golden butts, C, butter butts, or D, sun butts? Once again, question one, round one. What is a common nickname for the migratory yellow-rumped warbler? Is it A, highlighter butts, B, golden butts, C, butter butts, or D, sun butts? Question two. What is not one of the functions of a bioswale? A, concentrates and conveys stormwater runoff. B, recharges groundwater. C, prevents the growth of invasive plant species. Or D, removes debris and pollution from water. Again, question two is, what is not one of the functions of a bioswale? A, concentrates and conveys stormwater runoff. B, recharges groundwater. C, prevents the growth of invasive plant species. Or D, removes debris and pollution from water. Question three. How many parks are in the California State Park system? Is it A, 280, B, 120, C, 405, or D, 95? Once again, question three is, how many parks are in the California State Park system? Is it A, 280, B, 120, C, 405, or D, 95? Question four. Which entity is not a part of the 100-acre partnership? Is it A, the City of Los Angeles, B, Los Angeles County, C, California State Parks, or D, Mountains Recreation and Conservation Authority? Once again, number four, which entity is not a part of the 100-acre partnership? Is it A, the City of Los Angeles, B, Los Angeles County, C, California State Parks, or D, Mountains Recreation and Conservation Authority? And last question of the round, question five. Which feature currently divides Rio de Los Angeles State Park from G2 Taylor Yards? Is it A, the Los Angeles River, B, the San Fernando Road, C, industrial warehouses, or D, railroad tracks? Once again, question five, last question of round one. Which feature currently divides Rio de Los Angeles State Park from G2 Taylor Yards? Is it A, the Los Angeles River, B, San Fernando Road, C, industrial warehouses, or D, railroad tracks? All right, we'll give you a minute to get your answers in. So I'll go ahead and start the clock and come back and chat with you when those are in and we start tabulating. welcome back. Sorry, I had some technical difficulties there. The timer wasn't working. I had crazy sunlight coming in. It's all part of the game. It's very fun. We really like to see it. All right, let me turn it back over to our score master, Zoe. Zoe, how did we do?
All right, Marissa, after round 1, we have 2 contestants or teams tied for first. Team Red-Legged Frog and Team Blue Heron Homies are tied at 4 points each. And coming up behind them is Team Friend of the LA Triver with 3 points.
Terrific. Thanks so much, Zoe. Really appreciate your help, and we'll see you after the next round. All right, round 2, if you're ready. This is also a round that is focused on, oh, that reminds me, I forgot to tell you the answers last week. So this week, I'm going to tell you the answers to round 1. Let's go through them very quickly. So for round 1, the first question, what is a common nickname for the migratory yellow-rumped warbler? The answer is C, butterbutts. 2, what is not one of the functions of a bioswale? The answer is C, prevents the growth of invasive plant species. It does help though, but it doesn't fully prevent the growth. 3, how many parks are in the California State Park System? Answer is 280. 4, which entity is not a part of the 100-acre partnership? That would be B, Los Angeles County. And question 5, which feature currently divides Rio de Los Angeles State Park from G2 Taylor Yards? The answer is D, railroad tracks. All right, so as we move into round 2, get your answer sheets refreshed to submit a whole nother set of answers. And let's get started. Question 1 for round 2. What app should you download to participate in FOLAR's current BioBlitz? Is it A, iNaturalist, B, Merlin Bird ID, C, LeafSnap, or D, picture this? What app should you download to participate in FOLAR's current BioBlitz? Is it A, iNaturalist, B, Merlin Bird ID, or C, LeafSnap, or D, picture this? That is our resident river animal. His name is Rio, named after the river. He might pop up a couple more times. All right, so that's question 1. Question number 2. What was not one of the ways that the Tongva peoples would have used willow? Is it A, as medicine, B, as food, C, as clothing, or D, as food storage? Question 2 is what was not one of the ways that the Tongva people would have used willow? A, as medicine, B, as food, C, as clothing, or D, as food storage? Question 3. In this week's Native Narratives, what plant is used to create a doll? Is it A, arundo, B, willow, C, mustard, or D, tule? Once again, question 3 is, in this week's Native Narratives, what plant is used to create a doll? Is it A, arundo, B, willow, C, mustard, or D, tule? All right, question 4. What is Congressman Adam Schiff's favorite river animal? Is it A, the double-crested cormorant, B, steelhead trout, C, great blue heron, or D, red-legged frog? Question 4, what is Congressman Adam Schiff's favorite river animal? A, double-crested cormorant, B, steelhead trout, C, great blue heron, or D, red-legged frog? Oh. And this is Rio again. We're going to move him down for a minute. All right. Question 5. What is not one of the ways you can cast your ballot in LA County for this year's election? Is it A, by mail, postmarked by Election Day, which reminder is November 3rd? B, at one of the 400 secure drop boxes throughout the county by Election Day, again, November 3rd. C, at a voting center starting October 24th. Or D, by clicking your heels 3 times and saying, I hope my vote counts, I hope my vote counts, I hope my vote counts. Once again, question 5. What is not one of the ways you can cast your ballot in LA County for this year's election? A, by mail, postmarked by Election Day, November 3rd. B, at one of the 400 secure drop boxes throughout the county by Election Day, November 3rd. C, at a voting center starting October 24th. Or D, by clicking your heels 3 times and saying, I hope my vote counts, I hope my vote counts, I hope my vote counts. All right, folks, that is our 5 questions for round 2, which I didn't even change, but here we are, it's round 2. All right, folks, go ahead and take a moment to get your answers in. Let's see if the timer works this time. Probably won't, so you'll probably hear some fun, jazzy music again. All right, folks, welcome back. So it's the end of round 2. You should have submitted your answers now. Let me go ahead and go through the correct answers, and then I'll turn it over to Zoe to give us the score update. All right, for round 2, question 1, what app should you download to participate in Fuller's current BioBlitz? That would be A, iNaturalist. Make sure you go ahead and download that app. You can search Fuller LA River BioBlitz 2020. I think that's right. Someone in the comments, make sure that the people have the link. But please participate. It is ending October 31st, and the more participation, the better. Question 2, what is not one of the ways that the Tongva people would have used willow? Answer is B, as food. It was a very, very useful plant for the Tongva. They used it as medicine. We heard about this in this week's Native Narratives. If you haven't gotten a chance to watch that, make sure you go ahead and do. Question 3, in this week's Native Narratives, what plant is used to create a doll? The answer is tule. And tule is a reed that's very spongy and it soaks up water, but it makes it very flexible and still very strong once it's dried out. So it was a very useful plant and is harder and harder to find and more difficult for Indigenous peoples to find in the river. So we want to make sure that we are creating opportunities for the tule to return. What is Congressman Adam Schiff's favorite river animal? We heard about this on River Report with Michael, and he admitted that his favorite animal is the great blue heron. Question 5, and I hope you all got this right. What is not one of the ways you can cast your ballot in LA County for this year's election? You guessed it. It is D, by clicking your heels 3 times and saying, I hope my vote counts, I hope my vote counts, I hope my vote counts. I'm sure you're hearing this from all sorts of folks. Please, please make sure you vote. Make sure you vote. Make sure you vote. That's what I'm going to be saying 3 times when I'm clicking my heels. All righty. Turning it over to Zoe for the score update. Hey, Zoe, how are we looking?
Well, Marissa, all 3 contestants from last round scored perfectly this round. So that brings Blue Heron Homies and Red-Legged Frog up to 9 points each. And Friend of the LA Tribber is right behind them at 8 points.
Terrific. Thanks so much, Zoe. All right. It's round 3. So if you didn't watch Return to the River this week, you missed out, but we are now going past that content. Although I would be remiss not to remind you that we have our 3rd and final installment happening this Saturday, premiering this Saturday at 10 a.m. Some exciting content there. We will be going to the Aquarium of the Pacific to meet with some shorebirds. We will be meeting a Chumash elder to speak about Tule canoe building, as well as a mindfulness moment and yoga session with our resident yogi, Ila Padilla, our education and outreach coordinator. Of course, we have a river report, and this week we will be featuring Jimmy Gomez. All right, let's go into question 3. Like last week, or round 3, like last week, it is river songs. So let's see if you can get some of these right. It is 1 point if you can name the song, and another point if you can name the artist. Some of these songs have more than one artist who's sung that song. So take your best guess at one of the artists, and we might accept a number of artists for that song. All right, let's dive into it. Question 1. 2 drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. Song number 1, the lyrics are, 2 drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. What song is that, and who sang it? All right, song 2. You don't have to worry because you have no money. People on the river are happy to give. Song 2 is, you don't have to worry because you have no money. People on the river are happy to give. What song is that, and who sang it? Question 3, or I should say song 3. What I love most about rivers is you can't step in the same river twice. The water's always changing, always flowing. What song is that, and who sang it? All right, song 4. Like a river that don't know where it's flowing, I took a wrong turn and I just kept going. Ooh, I butchered that one. We'll do it again. Song 4. Like a river that don't know where it's flowing, I took a wrong turn and I just kept going. What song is that, and who sang it? And song 5 of the round. Then take me to the river, and put me in the water, Question and song 5. Then take me to the river, and put me in the water, What song is that, and who sang it? All right, folks, I'm going to give you a minute here to finish tabulating your answers, getting them in, and we will come back and I will let you know who got it right. All right, I think we're back. Everything is a little bit slow today, including my ability to navigate between these slides. Not sure what is going on, but I'm working on it. I'm going to try to get it so that you can see my pretty face again here in a second, but until I figure that out, let me go through some of the answers. All right, so question 1, song 1, I should say. Should I try to sing this one? I'm going to try it. 2 drifters off to see the world. There's such a lot of world to see. If you answered Moon River, you got a point. And if you answered one of the following artists or possibly other artists, you also got a second point. This song was sung originally by Audrey Hepburn, most notably by Andy Williams, but it's also been covered by Frank Sinatra, Judy Garland, Louis Armstrong. Lots of people love this song. I mean, you can't blame them. Oh, look, I'm back. Great. This is terrific. All right. Question number 2. You don't have to worry because you have no money. People on the river are happy to give. The answer is Proud Mary. And the artist, Creedence Clearwater Revival. Although I didn't note this, the other answer could be Tina Turner. Frankly, it's my favorite version. You gotta go do. All right. Well, now I'm just entertaining myself. All right. Song 3. Song 3 was a song, if you are a Disney fan, you would have probably known this one. It is, what I love most about rivers is you can't step in the same river twice. The water's always changing, always flowing. And the song is Just Around the River Bend, sung by Judy Kuhn, who was the singing voice of Pocahontas in Disney's animated Pocahontas. All right, song 4. Like a river that don't know where it's flowing, I took a wrong turn and just kept going. That is Hungry Heart by Bruce Springsteen, better known as The Boss. So if you got those 2 right, you got 2 points. And last but certainly not least, it's Then Take Me to the River, take me to the river, and put me in the water, put me in the water. And that is Teach the Gifted Children by Lou Reed. All right, so now that I have just completely and solidly embarrassed myself, let's go ahead and turn it over to Zoe to see where the points stand. Take it away, Zoe.
Hi, Marissa. I just got to say, I'm sure our viewers would agree. We love the singing. We love to hear it. But this round definitely, we shook it up this round. So Friend of the LA Triver has surpassed and taken the lead at 14 points. Blue Heron Homies is now in second place with 11 points. And Red-Legged Frog trails behind them in third place with 9 points.
Well, it sounds like we've got a game here. And you know what's going to really shake it up, Zoe? The next round, because each correct answer is going to be worth 3 points. So just brace yourself, folks. It's about to get real. And of course, Thanks, Zoe. I'm going to just say goodbye to you for a little bit. Of course, it wouldn't be River Trivia if we didn't have yet another word scramble. So, because I know you guys love them so much, and they're tough, and they're fun. So I am going to put on the screen 5 word scrambles. This week, all of the words are native plant and animal species found on the river. So take the next 5 minutes and see if you can unscramble 1, 2, or all of the words. It would be very impressive. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer. And here are your words. So get going and get scrambling. Uh-oh. All right, folks, we're at the 2-minute mark. You've got 2 minutes. Maybe focus on one word, see if you can get that one going. Remember, they're all plants and animals that are native to the LA River. Let's go into the final 2 minutes. All right, folks, I gave you a whole extra half a minute. So you had some time there to unscramble some words. Go ahead and get those submitted. While we're getting those submitted, a couple updates. We did hear from our friend Ileana Padilla, and she says, go ahead and type in LA River BioBlitz 2020, and that is how you're going to find our BioBlitz that is currently running. So thanks, Ileana, for that. And we will make sure that we are all logging on and, seeing what specimen we find along the way. Let's also, I wanted to take another moment, if I can figure out how to hide this. There, we did it. Want to go ahead and take another moment to thank our sponsor, Clean Power Alliance, for supporting Return to the River, but specifically River Trivia. We're so grateful to have you on board and look forward to many more opportunities for more river trivia, because we know that we like to host it. It's very fun for us. Also want to take one last moment to thank all of our sponsors who have been so generous in supporting the work that we've been doing, not only through Return to the River, but the work that we do year round, particularly as we adjust to a video virtual world. We're really excited that we've gotten the opportunity to invest time and resources in Return to the River and are really proud of the segments we've been able to produce and look forward to continue producing content going forward. One last thing before we turn it over to Zoe for scores. Well, we'll do answers and then we'll go over to Zoe. But I wanted to say one last reminder that our virtual gala, Noche del Rio, is happening next Friday, October 23rd. And that is an evening filled of art and the river. We'll also be highlighting some of the important impacts that we have had as a team and as a community, much of it with your help. So thank you, and I hope you're able to join us. General admissions tickets start at just $10, and the value of those tickets will go towards supporting FOLAR's work year-round. Added bonus, you'll get a virtual swag bag, which, let me tell you, is pretty cool. We've got a team here that worked really hard to get us some awesome discounts, to put together a river playlist. Many of the songs that I've been pulling from, they're from the river playlist. Also some native bird and native animals and plants. So lots of cool stuff in that virtual swag bag. Make sure that you go ahead and head to folar.org/noche and you can find all the information there. All right, let's go through the answers quickly, and then I will hand it over to Zoe to get the final tally and see who we have in the lead. So let's put these words back up there. All right, so word one, Dreg Fled Gorge. That unscrambles to red-legged frog. We have a red-legged frog team. I hope you got that one right. Word two, Yes Can Grow unscrambles to snowy egret. Word scramble three, Rely Red Herb unscrambles to elderberry, a native plant in the LA River. Scramble four, Lou Worry Whale unscrambles to arroyo willow. And last but certainly not least, and if you know anything about me, you'll know that this is my favorite thing on the LA River. Trust Cooler Creamed Bond unscrambles 2 double-crested cormorant. That's right. Don't worry. It's going to be an answer a lot of times in river trivia. So just get used to it, because I really, really like the cormorants. I think they're very, very cool birds, real wonky in the best possible ways. All right. I think we're about close to ready. Zoe's ready. Great. We're going to go over to Zoe for the final tally. All right, Zoe. I mean, drum roll, right? Who's gonna take the cake? Who is it? Who came in third place, or who had the best team name?
All right. Well, third place is Blue Heron Homies with 11 points.
Woohoo!
Second place is, and I gotta point this out, that after this challenging word scramble round, the team name was changed to Foe of the LA Triver, but they are in second place with 17 points. And I will go ahead and designate them as the coolest team name in this night of river trivia, friend or foe of the LA Triver. And that leaves us with our first place winner, Red-Legged Frog, at 21 points.
Terrific. Well, thanks so much, Zoe. And thank you to all of you for participating. We really appreciate it. We'll be back same time next Thursday, 5 o'clock Thursday, for our last installment of this rendition of Return to the River, LA River Trivia. And with that, I'm Marissa, and this is
Zoe.
And we're going to sign off. Good luck. Good night. We'll see you next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.